Hello, sacred souls and curious wanderers. We're back again today with another exploration video in astrology, and today's topic is the Aquarius full moon that's coming up. So this moon is happening after Mercury retrograde, which is super nice. It's also happening just before we enter into eclipse season come August. So it is a lovely moon to sit with, sort of in between all of the other energetic influences that we have going on. It does have some oppositions and things like that. So Pluto is conjunct the moon while this is happening. So Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. So those types of themes, transformation, are very, very potent during this moon. And then we also have the opposition with Jupiter in Leo, which is a very fiery, career-led, like passionate, forward-moving energy, I like to say, because of its placement. So there are some other things happening, but it's not happening during a retrograde or a eclipse season. So it is happening in the sign of Aquarius, which is a fixed sign. It's an air sign. Quite often gets confused for a water sign because it's the water bearer. The symbol of it is the water bearer, so it does get confused, but it is an air sign, and it's a very intellectual, independent, progressive, deep thinking type of sign. And it governs the 11th house, which is like friendship, which is the social network, which is community, and all of those types of things. So a lot of that is coming up during this full moon. Now, for those of you who don't usually work with moons, and this is all new to you, full moon's a time of illumination, of release, also celebration, and manifesting. So it illuminates what in our lives needs to be released, and it's a great time to sort of write a list of what I want to release and write a list of what I want to manifest, and do with those what you will. So with releasing, you usually want to burn it safely, obviously, and with manifesting, there's lots of different ways you can manifest, but during a full moon, it's a great time to make some moon water and chuck your manifestations under your moon water jar outside overnight, and then you can do what you like with them. If you want to keep them, if you want to bury them, if you want to submerge them, if you want to chuck them out, whatever it is a great time to do that also. Now, just looking at my notes down here. Excuse me. So there is a big sense of taking action towards a big project that you have kind of been taking baby steps towards for a little while now, and there's this sense of like, now's the time to release any expectations, societal expectations, release any relationships that are holding you back from doing that, or dynamics or jobs or whatever it may be, and really step into and embrace taking full action, the big leap towards that project, and really starting to step into that energy of it's already happened. So if you're manifesting starting your own construction business, let's say, I don't know why this is coming through, but if that is something that you're manifesting, write your little list of manifestations for the full moon. Don't be like, I want to have a successful business. Write it as if it has already happened. So this moon is about really getting into the mindset of this is already here. I already have this. It's already working for me. I'm already doing all the things that I need to be doing. And it is unfolding, sort of stepping into that I'm already here type of energy, so that your external vibration matches that internal vibration. Because if you're I want, and just trying to get there, or trying to convince yourself to get there, It's really hard for the energetics around us to match that vibration. So embody that vibration and take a leap towards those things. So if you've been, I don't know, doing lots of research for what you need and maybe making some notes, making some phone calls, you've had conversation after conversation, you've got your mates excited about it, they want to come and work for you, they're just waiting for you to do it. Now is the time to do it. Mercury retrograde is over, so take this full moon as the green light to pursue all of those things that came up, all of those dreams that came up during the retrograde to be actioned on. It's a great time. It is a deep thinking. Aquarius is very deep thinking, so it is a great time to really turn inwards and ask yourself, what do I want and expect and need from my relationships with the people around me? You know, how do I want to show up for my friends and family and co-workers and bosses and things like that? And how do I want them to show up for me? And how can I have the conversations that will create more balance within the dynamics that I already have? And how can I move forward with this knowing, so that when I make new friends, when I make new connections, when I meet new people and start new opportunities, I am starting that from a place of alignment and not a place of disconnect and not a place of unconscious thinking. It's also, I don't know if any of you have experience with Aquarius people, but I have a couple of Aquariuses in my life. One in particular is coming to mind, and they are so unique. They are such unique people, and they have these quirks about them, and they leave this kind of trail behind that is beautiful, and they're weird and they're quirky and they're fun, and they can be very abrupt and very, you know, they can be very surface level, very chill, very fun, and then really deep, like really quickly. And so this moon is a great time to notice within yourself, where do I have my weirdness? Where's my uniqueness? Where's my playfulness? And how can I honor that more in everyday life? This is really a moon of breaking the societal expectations of what we should behave like when we're outside of our own house. You know, you hear all the time, keep that behind closed doors sort of thing, or like calm down and you're being too much and all those sorts of things. Where in life have you been told that you're too much? Where in life have people told you that you're making them uncomfortable? And are they quirks that are quirks? Are they quirks? Are they things? Are they traits that make you you? And how can you embrace them moving forward into this next chapter of your life? With Jupiter in Leo, we are stepping into a very confident and abundant time. So utilizing that energy with this full moon will create this beautiful little portal and accessibility point for you to be able to embrace that weirdness, for you to find those other people who are also embracing their weirdness and their uniqueness and their craziness and their playfulness. And yeah, really sitting with that, really working with that energy, and really surrendering to these parts of themselves, you know. So we do have that death and rebirth energy with Pluto there, so it definitely is a letting the things go to die that need to die, and embracing the new. Think of the phoenix, reborn from the freaking ashes. Like, I know what doesn't serve me anymore after the new moon in Cancer, after the Mercury retrograde, stepping into this Jupiter in Leo, full moon in Aquarius energy. I know what I want, I know who I am, and I am not effing around anymore. I am going to embrace those parts of myself. Yeah, I think that's all I had notes wise. Now I'm going to do this a little bit differently to what I've done my new moon video as. I do watch some of this type of content that I'm creating now, and one of the creators I follow, Sarah Verba, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her last name, but she will do like a little card pull at the end of that, and that's something that I do to help me understand the energy of a full moon. So I want to go ahead and pull some cards, probably just 2 or 3, nothing big, not a big reading or anything like that. I do have a reading coming up for like an August collective reading, so if you want to tap into a longer reading there, you absolutely can. But yeah, let's see what 2 cards want to come through. We're looking at death and rebirth, so I'm seeing the Tower in my mind straight away. But then I'm also seeing like the Star, yeah, the Star, pouring that water into ourselves and others. Can we get some clarity on that, please? Just a couple of cards, thank you. Oh, that's a couple of cards. Perfect. Ace of Swords, yes. So this opportunity of like clarity in thought, opportunity in thought. I feel like something is going to drop in and it's just going to be the aha moment that's taking that leap towards that project, towards that thing that we've been kind of dabbling in, like sprinkling a little salt on. It's going to be like a complete forward moving embracement of that project, and like an understanding of, oh, that's the step I need to take, that's the leap I need to take, this is the big change that I need to make. Seven of Swords. So what I'm getting from this is it's death and rebirth, right? It's leaving behind what no longer serves us and moving forward with what we know does. So it's like we're saying our final goodbyes to these things that we've laid to rest. We've stuck them in the ground, we've left them there. Thank you so much, you've served me this far, you're no longer serving me. I'm going to move forward now with what does, and I'm going to embrace that part of me fully. I feel like it's got this leaving your hometown type of energy too, like, or leaving where you are. It doesn't have to be your hometown, but leaving what feels comfortable right now. What did I say before? The Star. Pouring into, I wanted another card on the end of that, of like the overall energy. I love this card so much. I don't even know if I could show this on YouTube, but pouring into your own cup and then in turn having that little bit of energy to pour into others, to water the garden around you, to make yourself whole and true and authentic and magnetic. I'm getting the word magnetic come to mind. So yeah, with that being said, I just saw 1313 on the timer as I looked down, so 13 could be a significant number during this full moon, which is happening, on the 29th of July. Didn't even say the date. It's happening on the 29th of July. So yeah, nice little exploration of this moon for you, things to keep in mind. I gave you a little ritual there at the start that you can do with your manifestations and release of old patterns. It's a great, full moons are a great opportunity to do your first ritual, or to do your first, if you don't want to call it a ritual, just intentional, sitting with intent and manifesting what it is that you desire. A lot of us try and spend our day-to-day manifesting, which is great, that's absolutely amazing, but having something as powerful as a full moon and then honoring what it is that you need to honor and releasing what it is that you need to release during that time is super powerful and super potent. And so yeah, I hope that this information has brought clarity, has helped you, has made you curious, encouraged you to do some research of your own, and or prepare yourself for the moon, or just be aware of how it's affecting us and what it's bringing up, because it does have effect. It affects the tides, more crime happens on a full moon, it is heightened, and everything is heightened, so use it as a portal and embrace it fully. That being said, thank you so much for coming. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you so much. If this was your first time here, I do lots of astrological content, I do lots of card readings, and I do some other types of content and also little daily videos as well. So yeah, if you like the content, chuck a subscribe or a like or a comment down below and let me know what you think. Have a good day.